Did you ever have a situation come up and it brought up a lot of anxiety within you, and then for whatever reason it went away and you felt so much better? Well, I'm going to explain in this video why that may not be a good thing in the long run. So we are constantly striving to expand our consciousness to reach higher levels of frequency so that we could just integrate that energy here in the physical and bring forward a new earth. Now, that process involves locating, bringing awareness to, finding within the body the dense energy that creates that wobble of your toric flow as it comes up through your channel and manifests. Now, those wobbles make your external reality seem very wacky. They could bring up fear and anxiety, things like that. It all comes in the form of triggers. Maybe you'll have just a sense of being unwell or off a little bit. Something just doesn't feel right to you. You can't quite pinpoint it. And then something maybe manifests in your reality, right? That's your intuition starting to speak to you, but it is showing you what is in the way, that there's a blockage in the way, an energetic blockage. So something could come along, trigger you, and you're going to feel anxiety. Okay. And your mind is going to want to try to solve the problem right away, try to end it, try to fix it, try to get out of it. My mind does that, tries to get out of things. Did that when I was little. My mom used to help me get out of things that I was uncomfortable with. That didn't serve me. And those are things that I am going through right now to heal. Okay. And she was doing it from the intent of love and wanted to protect me. That's a motherly instinct. My dad did that too. But it didn't allow me to step into things that felt really uncomfortable and deal with the energy. So when that stuff comes up for you, it's because something happened earlier in life that you never processed. So if it comes up, anxiety comes up, and then for whatever reason, the situation changes or it goes away before you've had the ability to sit with it and feel it and realign and bring love forward in the midst of it, rest assured it's going to come back up. So we need to start looking at these things as opportunities. I know Eckhart Tolle talked about this, how strong is the foundation of your house? If the house is built, the foundation's built on sand, every time a storm comes or wind is going to come, it's going to collapse the house. So that's what happens when we don't address these things. So we need to ground into the body, anchor in to the root, and go deep into the planet, become like that tree, right, with deep roots where the wind and the waves could come and it's not going to knock you over. You want to have that house built on a solid bedrock foundation so that when the wind and the waves come, it's not going to collapse the house, right? So when these things come up for you that maybe, they bring up a lot of anxiety, something from the past, you don't always have to identify where the trauma came from, but just know that it's unprocessed emotions. Okay. So this comes up, brings up great anxiety, and then just goes away. Maybe your mind built it up and then it never really unfolds. Well, that is not doing you a service. Okay. You need to sit with this energy as it comes up and fully embrace it, because that is the path through this. You will have another opportunity down the road to do it again if you happen to take steps, your ego takes steps to keep you safe and try to remove yourself from a situation that is coming up to be healed. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff that I've been encountering lately. And it is, forcing may not be the best word, but it is giving me an opportunity to go deeper inside and find higher states of being, higher states of consciousness, more of a present moment, so that I could get in touch with those higher fields of consciousness and allow that energy to come through and heal. Okay, because we want to be that bedrock foundation under our house, our physical body, that will withstand the storms and the wind as it comes back. So it's important to see all of these things that don't feel so good, that bring up that anxiety, that unresolved trauma, as opportunities to find a deeper state of presence so that you can find an expanded state of consciousness. That's what all this is about. We are growing, we are expanding, we are getting in touch with higher frequency versions of us. We are grounding that, bringing that into the planet, and in effect, changing the frequency of the planet. But in order to do that, we need to heal the unhealed versions or aspects of us in the dense energy that resides within the physical body, because there are traumas that were not felt, not processed. This energy, this density needs to be processed. So it's going to come up again and again and again until you finally decide to face it. Okay, this is the fear. And my instinct when I was little was to run from the fear. Run from the fear. And now it's time to sit and face those fears, because that's the growth moment. And you know you're going to be ready to do that because something inside here in your gut is going to tell you that this is good for you, that this is something that is being presented to you for healing so that your consciousness can expand. And I want to remind you that the players in your reality are aspects of you that represent these traumas. They also represent an opportunity to heal in the moment. So if you could shift your perspective and realize that everybody's playing a part in your movie and offering you that opportunity to heal, you could dive deep inside into that present moment and bring forward a frequency of love and compassion for yourself, for the past versions of you that are in fear, that want to run, want to hide, want to be protected. Okay, so it's very important that you recognize that everyone in your reality, despite what the ego is going to tell you, despite what the movie might look like from your five senses, they're all playing a role in your expansion, in your growth, and you need to be grateful for that. So the next time a trigger comes up, something out of fear comes up, maybe it's going to bring back a memory from your childhood, maybe not, but it's going to certainly bring back a familiar reaction, a familiar emotion, a familiar feeling. Maybe your blood pressure is going to change, you're going to get tense, whatever it is. It's going to bring back that familiar feeling within your body. It's time to see that from a different perspective, from a state of presence, and know that your higher self is moving in and showing you the energy blockages that are in the way. So when we could come into coherence with our higher self, with those higher frequency energies, and work with them, and again, bring that field of love forward, we can alchemize this dense energy, alchemize these traumas, face the fears, and navigate our way through them with grace. And that's the key. That's the key to healing. So as we ground more of our consciousness and become more aware of the process of the shadow work, of what's happening around us and the triggers, the more powerful we become. We become more powerful in our ability to transmute the dense energy. And when we can do that within ourselves, we can do that for the collective. In fact, we are doing it for the collective, and that is allowing the collective to rise in frequency. So you are a powerful part of what's happening on this planet. So it's time to not be afraid, to dive in and know that everything that you're experiencing, everything that's coming up to be felt and to be healed, is happening because you're ready to face it and move through it with love, compassion, and grace. Thank you.